Hello everyone, welcome to the Basilinna 101, the introduction of Chinese name pronunciation. And I'm the lecturer Rehan. And today I would really hope to teach everyone how to pronounce Chinese name. And this is pretty easy. You should only know about the following steps. Firstly, you should have a good knowledge of how to distinguish four tones. Secondly, you should pronounce vowel and consonant sounds correctly. Third one, you should know how to combine them. Therefore, in order to pronounce Chinese names, we should have some knowledge of Chinese Pinyin. But do not worry, this is not very difficult because pronouncing Chinese name and English names are quite similar. You just need some knowledge of Chinese Pinyin. So now, today, let's dig into that. First one, the vowel sounds. Like the vowel sounds in English, the vowel sounds in Chinese Pinyin is also very important. And there are 6 vowel sounds in the Mandarin: a, o, e, u, yu. I hope you could remember this order because this order is very important. So let's look at it one by one. First one, a, a. This is very similar to English vowel sounds. A. Second, 我 that's it difficult for you, but do not worry. This is very similar to the sound of slapping your mouth with your hand when you vocalize, like and the third one would be this is also very similar to English vowel sound. The next one, e. This is very similar to English vowel sound. E, just like li, e. The next one would be oo. This is also quite similar to English vowel sound. Ooh. The last one would be the special one, and I do not know, and I know you do not have this character in English, but do not worry about that. This sounds like yu, just like read e and u very quickly without pause. You. So let me give an example to help you better pronounce this yu. Just like you are listening a very boring lecture, and everyone hope this person get off the lecture, and so we will say yu, just like yu. Okay, so let's review it again. The first one would be second one, 我 third one, next one, the fifth one, the last one, yu. And there is a special note that I hope you could know, is that when yu mixed with e, the character would change to u, but sound is still yu. So when you mix with e and u together, like you would pronounce it like yu. Very simple, right? Okay. After that, let's look at some very easy combination of vowel sounds. The first one would be I, similar to English sounds. The second one would be o, also similar to English sound. Next one, starting with that would be o. The next one would be a. Okay, so now let's look at some vowel sound combinations starting from e. Okay, this is one which is you, you. This just sounds like English character you. The next one would be the next one starting from u would be v, 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 and the v sounds like English character v, v, v. Okay, and I know that the last one may be a little difficult for you, and that would be yue, 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 but do not worry. I believe that you have mastered the yu, so let us just quickly read yue and together without pause, like yue, 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 yue. So this is yue. Okay, let's review again. First one, starting from would be I, all. Starting from o would be o. The third line, starting from would be a. The fourth one, starting from e would be u. The fifth one, starting from u would be we. And the last one, starting from yu, would be yue. Okay. After taking a look and we have a good knowledge of the vowel sounds and some simple vowel sound combination. And now let's look at the 4 tones. There are 4 tones in the Mandarin, in the Chinese Pinyin. The first one would be the flat tone, the second one would be rising tone, third is the deep tone, and the last one is the falling tone. Okay, so let me take an introduction about how to pronounce these 4 tones. Okay, first one would be just like let me think about this question. So it's the flat tone. The second one is the rising tone. This sounds like an asking a question. What's that? Okay, and I know the third one is a more difficult for you. This is a deep tone because there is a transition. So do you know how to pronounce aha, aha, aha? So the third one would be like aha, Okay, the last one is to make sure, oh, I know this answer. Do you know this answer? So this is the falling tone. So let's review it again. The first one, flat tone. Second one, rising tone. Third one, deep tone. Last one, falling tone. Okay, but I hope to let you know some tips of how to use these 4 tones. Firstly, tones only apply to pronouncing the vowel sounds. So this only applies to a, o, e, u, yu. But if there are many vowel sounds in one character, how should we know how to stress that one? How should we know which vowel sound the tones should land on? Okay, this is very simple. Do you still remember the order I mentioned? A, o, e, u, yu. So this order is very important. So tones are used based on the vowel sound order. For example, if you mate with a, you should stress the tones on the a rather than o. But there is only o, so you should stress the tones on the o rather than Okay, so you should follow this order. But there is an exception that when you mate with e and u together, you should stress the vowel. You should stress the tones on the last vowel. For example, for the e and u, the e is in front of the u, so you should stress the tones on the on the U, but if the U is in front of E, you should stress the tones on the E. So this is just an exception, but for others, you should follow the order. Okay, let's do some practice. First one, second one, third one, or. Next one, wo. Next one, e. Next one, u. Next one, yu. Okay, let's look at the next line. First one, I. Next one, o. Next one, a. Next one, o. Next one, you. Next one, we. Okay, please practice by yourself, and if you have some questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay. After introducing the vowel sounds, let's turn to the consonant sounds. And actually, the consonant sounds are not very difficult because there are lots of similarities between the English and Mandarin. So we just need to know some exceptions. Okay, so let me introduce the quite similar consonant sounds at first. For example, first one, b, like bird. Next one, d, like dog. Next one, f, like flag. Next one, g, like goat. Next one, h, like hag. Next one, k, like cat. Next one, l, like lemon. Next one, m, like mom. Next one, n, like nose. Next one, p, like pig. Next one, y, like rose. Next one, s, like sock. Next one, t, like tag. Next one, u, like rock. Next one, e, just like e. Next one, z, like zip. Next one, ch, like chip. Next one, g, just like g. Okay, but there are some exceptions, maybe a little difficult for you, and let's take a look at them one by one. First one, g, just like a chicken chirping, ji. So g. Next one is chi, just like the sound made when you feel defiant. So this one would be chi, the flatting tone, chi. Okay. The next one, like the sound of snickering, she. So she. Okay. After introducing the basic knowledge of Chinese Pinyin, and let's introduce about the Chinese name basics. Like English, the Chinese names, there are also first name and last name in the Chinese name, but unlike English names, in Mandarin, the last name usually is usually in front of the first name, so the order is changed. Take myself example, you would call me Ruihan Huang, but actually my Chinese name would be Huang Ruihan, and so you could say that my last name and first name revert. But do not worry about that. Okay, so let's look at the first name at first. So most of the time, a Chinese first name is considered of either two characters or one character. For example, taking my name as example, Reihan. So Reihan would be the two characters, but maybe for other names like Li Qiang. So Qiang is just one character. So the first name would be Qiang, and the Qiang is only one character. Okay, but there are also some special cases. There are for some names there would be some three or more than three syllables, but it's pretty rare. And the first name, so the first name should be either two syllables or one syllable. For example, Xian Yi, Xian Yi. So you know this name is two syllables, just like Rui Han. Okay. Next one would be the last name. In most cases, in most cases, the Chinese last name is only one Chinese character, but in very extreme cases, we would also have two Chinese characters last names, and we'll show that at the end of this lecture. And that means a last name should almost always be just one syllable. And we will see more in the end of our lecture, and we will do some practice. Okay, and for the Chinese name basics, and this is some people may wonder the abbreviations of the Chinese names. For example, for Wang Jie, we could say that Wang is the last name, Jie is the first name, so the abbreviation would be WG. But for Wu Xiaogang, so we could say that Wu is the last name, Xiaogang is the first name, but Xiaogang has two characters, and so it has two syllables, so that would be WSJ. And for the Zhuge Kongming, and we could say the Zhuge is the first name, is the last name, Kongming is the first name, but both Zhuge and Kongming have two characters and have two syllables, so that would be JKN. But believe me, this case is pretty rare. You know, the person whose last name is Zhuge or Ouyang are really rare. Okay, and after that, let me introduce some difficult vowel sounds to difficult vowel combinations to you. And I believe that this is the common mistake some English speakers tend to make. So first one, just I mentioned, just like sneakering, she. And for the next four ones, and I hope to introduce them together. When you found NJ at the end of the syllabus, and you would know that this is the nose sound. So for the first one, you could pronounce ah, right? But when you pronounce ah, you would find that the sound is from your mouth. But for the ANJ, the use your nose rather than mouth to pronounce ah. So like not not from your mouth, but from your from your nose. So there are some examples like hong, bong, fong, tong, wong. Okay, the second one, you could pronounce e from your mouth, but let's try to pronounce it from your nose. This is yin. Okay, so let me show some. So this sounds like the English word wing. So yin. So let's look at some example. The first one, ling. Second one, ming. And you know, for which every time I pronounce, I would use the flattening tone. Okay, let's take a look. The next one. So you could pronounce or from your mouth, right? Let's try to pronounce it from your nose. Just like don't, don't. So this is on. Okay, let's take some examples. The first one would be hong, hong, hong. The next one would be xiong, xi, xiong, xiong. Okay, let's take a look at the next. Okay, you could pronounce S from your mouth, but try to pronounce it from your nose. That would be um, 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 Okay. Okay, let's take another one. And and it's just like the verb fan, man, pan, tan. So this is quite similar. And we could also, there are also some examples we could practice, and this pronunciation sounds quite similar to the English sounds. For example, this first one would be fan, second one, man, third one, pan, last one, pan. Okay, let's take a look. Let's look at the next one. Next one would be G, just like G in job. G. Okay, let's practice some. First one, zhi, zhang, zhang. Second one, zhi, zhong, zhong. Okay. Next one, the W sound. Let's mention it sounds like V. Like so, this example would be one, not one, but one. V sound. The last one would be qi. Show your defense. Remember to show your defense. So that's why would be qi yang. Next one would be qi yin qin. Okay. And the last pair would be O and O. So O sounds like O sounds like O. Okay, and there are some examples. The first one would be Zhou. Second one, zhao. First one, zhou. Second one, zhao. Could you hear the differences? First one, let me repeat it again. First one, zhou. Second one, zhao. And the next pair, the first one, ho. Second one, ho. Okay, these are most common mistakes you tend to make, but do not worry. Please feel free to let me know if you have some questions, and I really highly recommend you to listen it twice or third times if you did not master them. Yeah, do not worry about that. I'm always willing to help. Okay, the final part, let's practice. Okay, the first practice part would be, I hope you could practice some common Chinese last name. This is very common in the Mandarin. Okay, so first one, first one, zhi, ao, zhao. Second one, zhi, ang, zhang. Third one, wu, ang, at the rising tone, wu, ang, wang. Okay, let's take a look at the second line. First one, le, yi, at the deep tone, li. Second one, le, you, 了有流 rising tone 了有流 third one b I by rising tone 不爱白不爱白 the last one 爱爱爱是爱菜是爱菜是爱菜 okay the third line 思凹 by the rising tone 草思凹草 second one 吃rising tone 吃成 next one 喝乌昂 rising tone 喝乌昂黄 okay and there are two common Chinese last names which have two syllables but actually these two last names are still very rare in Chinese language. First one, O Yang, O Yang. Next one, Zhi Wu Zhu, Ge Ge. Okay, let me repeat it again. First line, 知奥赵知昂张乌昂王 second line 乐以李乐游刘波爱白思爱菜 third one 思敖曹吃人陈喝乌昂黄 the last line 欧一昂杨欧阳知乌朱歌葛诸葛 Okay, and there are some names that may be useful. Let us practice that. First one, 吃陈西宜齐陈齐 and the abbreviation would be secure. Second one, 吃陈基宜吉迎宁陈吉宁 The third one, 乐以李西英兴日为瑞李兴瑞 Next one 乐以李西昂强李强 Next one 乌昂王义王义 Next one sorry this is my vision was blocked. Okay, that would be 吃陈乌文科凹涛陈文涛 Okay, let me repeat it again. First one, 陈齐 Second one, 陈吉宁 Third one, 李兴瑞 Next one, 李强 Next one, 王毅 Next one, 陈文涛 Okay, that's all. And I really hope you could practice it a lot. And I really highly recommend you, if you have some problems, please feel free to watch these videos again. And also, please feel free to email me to let me know about your questions, and we could arrange an appointment to dig the pinyin out to have a good understanding of the Chinese pinyin. Okay, so if you have further questions or inquiries, please feel free to contact me. And this is my email. Thank you so much, and believe in you. Practice makes perfect, and perfection does not come easily. So try to practice, and thank you. I'm always there. I'm always willing to help. Thanks a lot.